Well, why don't we get started here? Thanks for being here, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar with Playa Hotels and Resorts. This webinar is brought to you by Baxter Media. Our presenter today is Amanda Morris, Director of Sales Canada at Playa. I'm your host, Zephan McMillan, Virtual Events Coordinator at Baxter Media, and today is Wednesday, October 5th. Stick around for a Q&A session with Amanda at the end of this webinar. If you have any questions you'd like to answer, type them into the Q&A section of the public chat box, which is to the right of your screen. Please remember this is a live session, so your patience is appreciated during any technical difficulties that might arise. We'll be recording this webinar, and a copy of the recording will be sent to all registrants within 24 hours, so don't worry if you miss part of it. We'll get you a recording. And with that, I'm going to hand things over to Amanda so she can get started. Thanks, Amanda.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Nice. I was going to say nice to see you, but I don't see you. You can kind of see me. I'm in a hotel room with a virtual background, so it's a little bit funny, but we're going to go ahead and get started. And as much as I'm sure you'd like to look at me through the whole presentation, we're going to turn our cameras off because I promise you my hotels are much more beautiful. So let's do that now, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm really excited to share with you today a few different things, but before I do, just want to give you my contact information. Hopefully you know who your contact is in Canada. We have an incredible team, but if not, at the very end of the presentation, I am going to provide you with their contact information. So of course we have Freddie Marsh on the West Coast, myself covering Ontario, and then we have Christian Rassen covering Quebec and Atlantic Canada and Ottawa. So that is my cell phone number and my email. Very responsive. Our entire Canadian team is. So please feel free to reach out anytime you have any questions at all. Before we jump into the few updates and things we're going to talk about, I do just want to do an overview on where you can find Playa. And I've been teasing lately because I have had to update this slide so many times over the last 6 to 8 months because we are just growing so quickly, which I'm sure you guys have noticed. So I appreciate you taking the time to log in today and keep up with all the exciting things happening here at Playa. So before we touch on the few properties we're going to, what's new over here at Playa, I did just want to do an overview of our portfolio, starting with, of course, our most robust collection, and that is our Hyatt Zivas and our Hyatt Zilaras. Hopefully you're all very familiar with these already. These, of course, were our first international partnership, and they have proven to be extremely successful. We have a collection of adults only properties, which is of course our Hyatt Zilaras. And then we have our collection of family resorts or all ages, which is our Hyatt Zivas. And if you don't already know our little trick, I always like to remind people an easy way to remember the difference between the two is the little name for the little ones or the little name for the little kids. So Ziva, it's the little name for the little ones. Now, I'm not going to read through each of those, but you can see, actually, you know what? Let's take a second and do it. So we've got an adults only Zilara Cancun, Zilara Rose Hall, which is in Montego Bay, Jamaica, Zilara Cap Cana in the Dominican Republic, Zilara Riviera Maya opening December 1st, and I can't wait to show that off to you today. And then we have, of course, our Turquoise, which is an adults only section of the Hyatt Ziva Cancun. And then in our Ziva collection, we have Ziva Cancun, Ziva Rose Hall, Ziva Cap Cana, Ziva Puerto Vallarta, Ziva Las Cabos, and Ziva Riviera Cancun. Now, our next collection is our Hilton collection. Now, I know you guys, this collection can be a little bit confusing because we have a great partnership with Hilton, but what we didn't do is we didn't create an exclusive brand within the Hilton portfolio. So I just want to make sure you're aware that there are a collection of Hilton all-inclusive within Playa. And then, of course, Hilton also has some of their own all-inclusive properties. So if you're ever unsure of if it's a Playa property, remember, you can always pop onto the agent site, which I'm going to talk about, and you'll be able to see which properties are part of our portfolio. So we have Hilton adults only, being the Hilton Playa del Carmen, Hilton La Romana, and the Yucatan Resort, which we're going to look at today. And then we have our all ages family properties, Hilton Rose Hall and Hilton La Romana. Our third international brand partnership in our portfolio is our Wyndham brand. Now, our Wyndham Ultra, that is the giveaway of how you will know it's a Playa property, that Ultra name. Anytime you see a Wyndham Ultra, you know it's going to be a Playa resort. And Ultra simply means all inclusive for all. So you'll find as this brand expands, you will find Wyndham Ultra all inclusive, adults only properties, and Wyndham Ultra all ages resorts. Now, reminder that this Wyndham portfolio is a mid-scale market product, which is fantastic for you guys. Of course, for years, it's been about the Hyatt and then Hilton, which are, of course, our more luxury product, five-star resorts. So now to have something mid-scale under a portfolio that's going to continue to expand, it really is allowing us to offer an incredible product regardless of the price points. We really do have something for everybody. And then we have in Jamaica our jewel resorts. We have our adults only Jewel Paradise Cove and our family friendly Jewel Grand. And hopefully you're all very familiar with our incredible sanctuary Cap Cana. Now, the very exciting news we announced last month is that Sanctuary Cap Cana is now our very first property under our Marriott brand of hotels. So this property is in Marriott's luxury collection. This is a huge opportunity for us at Playa Resorts, having now, of course, Hyatt, Hilton, Wyndham, and now Marriott under our name. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in just a minute. So just wanted to make sure you all know that this had transitioned over to a Marriott luxury collection property at the Sanctuary Cap Cana. Now, when I talk about our brands, I do just want to touch on that because it can be a little bit confusing of Playa Resorts, but first of all, none of our hotels say the word Playa in them. That is our parent company. So you, our trade partners, recognize us as Playa. But of course, our consumers recognize our branded properties. So Hyatt, Hilton, Wyndham, Marriott, and we've got an exciting one coming up in just a minute. But the important thing for you guys to know is that regardless of the brand, regardless of the resort, we really do pride ourselves on the consistency that we offer at all of our properties. We have, regardless of if it's a 4-star Wyndham or if it's a 5-star Hyatt, we want all of our guests to have the same incredible experience based on what their price point is, based on the property that they're choosing to go to. So we're very, very careful with whenever we bring on a new resort, whenever we open a brand new property, we always take managers from various departments of our resorts and bring them from different resorts as well. So we might have a manager from Los Cabos, we might have a manager from Puerto Vallarta, Cancun, the DR, Hyatt, Hilton, Wyndham, and we bring these managers to our new resorts and we work with our new staff members one-on-one very closely, ensuring that everything is as it should be under the Playa portfolio. Now, our three pillars at Playa are what you see right here on your screen: entertainment, food and beverage, and health and wellness. These are three areas that we are noticing have become very important to our guests. Now, you may have remembered when our pillars included accommodations. You may have remembered when our pillars included service. I think we have done such a great job of showing you all that those are things you can count on regardless already. So you all know hopefully about our service from the heart, which is genuinely the most incredible service that your guests are going to experience regardless of the property that we go to. And anytime we encounter a guest, we do place our right hand over our heart, and it's just a really lovely way of just saying, how can we be of service? Now, that's going to take place on property, and I feel that we actually do a great job of that off property as well in our sales teams and the support that you guys receive. But like I mentioned, we really do focus on what our guests are looking for and what's important to them. And over the last several years, or last few years in particular, these are the areas now that we notice are the most important. Entertainment. We're not just offering your shows at the end of the day, your Michael Jackson show. I mean, I'm a sucker for a good Michael Jackson show. I'll always watch it. I love the music. But our guests want professional entertainers. They want unique shows, and they don't just want it at night. They want it during the day when they're hanging out by the pool. They want it on the beach. They want different experiences and entertainment to keep them active throughout their experience and their stay. Next is food and beverage. Now, this has always been a pillar of ours, and I'm sure will always continue to be. This is an area that when you speak to your guests, I'm sure they always say, I want a property that has really great food. And you can guarantee that at any Playa property. Again, regardless of the brand or the resort that you're sending your clients to. Now, not only are we going to have delicious food, we're going to offer a lot of unique dining experiences. We have restaurants in Jamaica that are exclusive, authentic Jamaican cuisine. And I'm not just talking about those delicious jerk huts. I'm talking about an a la carte restaurant where you can dine and choose from a menu of authentic Jamaican meals. And then, of course, you can pair those with the local rums. Now, in Dominican Republic, we've got an authentic Indian restaurant where you can dine on an actual train that's been barged down for this restaurant. Chinolas, which is an authentic Dominican. So again, you get the point. We're not cookie cutter. You're not going to have the same two restaurants at any one of our properties. They're different experiences at the different resorts and the different dining outlets. Indoor, outdoor, casual dining. We have food trucks. We have food carts. We've got stone pizza ovens right beside the pool where the chef is singing opera while he's cooking your pizza. So again, very unique. No reservations required. And one of the things I love the most is absolutely no limitations. We want our guests to dine when they want, where they want, as often as they want. If you want Italian every single day, and I always use that as an example because I love Italian, that's my favorite, you can have it, and you can have a la carte breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So food and beverage is really, really important to us. And our chefs are always, experimenting and thinking outside the box with you and new and unique ideas. And then our third pillar is health and wellness. Now, this is one that we have really noticed has become more and more important to our guests over the last several years. Now, not just having state of the art fitness centers, which you're going to find we have at many of our resorts, some of them over 13,000 square feet with CrossFit studios, yoga studios, spin studios, cardio studios. We've got yoga in the pool. We've got spin class in the pool, all sorts of different things available to our guests, complimentary. But we're also finding it's mental wellness. It's taking the time to participate in those yoga classes. It's taking the time to go and book yourself into a spa. I mean, the last several years have been so stressful for everybody. But even before that, it's such a busy, busy, busy world that we're living in. And we're always go, 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 go. So we really are finding guests are taking the time and investing in their mental health on vacation and at home. And then another really important factor when it comes to health and wellness, which also ties into food and beverage, is of course having not only healthy dining options, but I do want to touch on that. We do, of course, love to indulge in lots of great dining experiences. You can, like I said, you can do any and all as often as you want, but we are noticing that some of our guests are still trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle in destination. So they might indulge a day or two or three, but they are also still trying to pick some healthy options during some of their meals. So maybe they'll have a nice healthy light lunch and then indulge at dinner. So it's having those healthy options available. It's having healthy snacks in our gourmet coffee shop, sandwiches, salads, things like that. But also, a whole other area of health and wellness is being able to focus on dietary requirements, dietary restrictions. So, for example, gluten free, vegan, vegetarian, these are all requests that we get regularly and so often that we're implementing these into our everyday menus on property. So, you're always going to be able to find vegan, vegetarian, gluten free on all of our a la carte menus. And I think that's really, really important. We want our guests, regardless of if they have any specific dietary requirements, we want them to have lots of options. We want them to be able to dine and enjoy just like all of our guests. And of course, when it comes to the families with the little ones, I'm a mama. You guys probably know that by now. A lot of parents, I'm very lucky. My family, we don't have any allergies, but we all know there's a lot of families out there that do. And if you're traveling with a child that has an allergy, specifically an anaphylactic allergy, it can be very, very stressful. So we always hope that we are front of mind when you're booking your clients, knowing that we're going to take excellent care of your guests. For families with little ones, I always recommend that you reach out to your BDM, let them know that you've got this family with a little one that has this allergy. What we like to do is put you in touch with somebody from property, and they're fantastic. They usually like to meet with our guests on arrival, so either right after check-in or maybe the next morning, and they'll sit down, they'll go over the dining venues and dining options, and just make sure that mom and dad or the grandparents or auntie, whoever is traveling with the little one, feels much more comfortable. And I promise you, even before they travel, if they know that they have a contact on property who's going to be taking care of them, it makes them feel so much better. And even if they don't take that step, just know that you're probably going to be asked 5, 6, 7 times before any food will sit in front of you about your allergies. You're going to be asked about allergies when you check in. You're going to be asked about allergies when you arrive to a restaurant, and you're going to be asked about allergies before our waiter or waitress takes any of your food orders. So we're very, very thorough. We're very cautious. And certainly, if we do have any, specific dietary requirements that require food to be prepared separately, we'll take care of that as well. We don't want to contaminate with an anaphylactic allergy, so they will be prepared in a sanitary section of the restaurant. So that is our 3 pillars. You're going to find that with, of course, like I said, all of our properties, regardless of the resort that you're looking at. Now, what's new at Playa? We do just want to take a few minutes and focus on what's happening here at our resorts. There's lots new. So like I said, thank you guys right from the beginning for staying on top of what's happening. We are a baby company in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I've been here for 8 years, so we're not a brand new baby. We're a toddler, but we are in huge growth mode. I'm sure you've noticed a lot of exciting announcements happening at Playa, a lot of new properties, new partnerships. So I just wanted to touch on a few of our newest announcements that we've had within our portfolio. So very exciting for us is a 3rd property on the Pacific Coast and also a 3rd Wyndham Ultra. And this is the Wyndham Ultra Riviera Nayarit. Now, what's important, part of this webinar is how to sell more Playa, right? What are the tools? Obviously, when you have more properties to choose from, it's going to make it so much easier for you guys. And again, hopefully knowing those pillars, it's going to give you those tools to confidently recommend these properties based on those items. But this property, we're very excited, especially for those of you on the West Coast. I know we've got a couple. Susan, Ron, I've seen you comment. You're out from the West. So of course, we want you guys to have more products to choose from. So this property officially becomes a Playa Resort on Monday. So we're really excited about that. And it is in a gorgeous location. I personally have not seen the property. Now, this resort, as of right now, today, is the Dreams Villa Magna. So I know a lot of you are familiar with that. I've heard some really fantastic feedback, and we're expecting this to be a very, very smooth transition. Literally, we are just staying. Everybody's staying. So like I said, we'll send those staff members down to work in the various departments of the property and really just Playa-tize it the way that, again, it's already a fantastic resort, but we just want to make sure we have our Playa touch on it. So some gorgeous pools. You can see here, only 229 suites. So it's not an overly large property. And the Banderas Bay beach area, I've heard, is fantastic. So I'm really excited. Only 20 minutes from the Puerto Vallarta airport. Now here we've got a great beach bar. And of course, like I said, food and beverage, it's already really great, but we will make sure that we are offering the same quality food and beverage as we would at any of our Playa properties. Now they've been kind enough to share with us some of these photos. Again, it doesn't officially become a Wyndham Ultra until Monday, but you can definitely book it right now for arrivals starting Monday on. So this is one of our lobby areas. Again, beautiful lush vegetation. 12 restaurants, bars, and lounges. So there's going to be lots of options for your clients with really great quality dining. And the rooms are gorgeous. So I'm really, really excited to get down here. I see beautiful views from all over and all of the photos I've seen. And if you know Puerto Vallarta, this is actually a great spot for whale watching because, of course, from November through to April is when the whales migrate through the Pacific coast. So from here and in Cabo, it's a really great chance that you're going to see some whale sightings. So I imagine there's a lot of guests that are spending some time up on their beautiful balconies and terraces. So these are just a few accommodations. Now we do have our property fact sheets on this property already loaded for you in the Agentcash portal. So you can go ahead and find out more information about this property there as well. But I did just want to go ahead and share some photos for you. I'm personally going to be heading down to Puerto Vallarta for the first time in a few years at the end of November. So I'm really excited. So watch for that. Of course, we'll, I'm sure, be going live and sharing all sorts of photos, Christian and myself. And I think we've got 15 or 16 lucky agents that are coming down with us. We're actually doing our first ever Pacific Mexico fam, where we're going to spend 3 nights in Puerto Vallarta, and then we are actually flying down together to Los Cabos and spending 3 nights in Cabo. So we're really, really excited. So that's our Wyndham Ultra, our Wyndham Ultra Riviera Nayarit. Now, I just realized we had a really great video that I forgot to stop and play. So maybe we can go ahead and play the Wyndham video now, if that's okay. Wonderful. Thank you. I get so excited once I start talking. I forgot all about the video. But hopefully that gives you guys a bit of a taste. Now, before I move on to this one, I just wanted to quickly say again, with that Wyndham Ultra portfolio, remember, it is going to be an expanding portfolio and the quality is phenomenal. Our last family vacation was actually at the Wyndham Ultra Cancun just before COVID. And even though my family is Hyatt spoiled, we all voted that that was our best family trip at the Wyndham Ultra. So room service included in all suite categories, incredible food and beverage, and the service is top notch. So really, again, no different than our 5-star properties when it comes to those things. And I see a few more of you on there. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Anita. So thank you guys again for joining us. So now we're going to talk about our Ziva Riviera Cancun. And I do have a great video I want to show for this before I start talking about it. So let's take a look. All right, so just a little taste of this incredible property. Now, the Hyatt Ziva Riviera Cancun is really, really beautiful. And guys, this is a great opportunity to get your clients into a Hyatt property. The price point right now is still really great. I mean, we've been open just over a year now. However, we still have some really great intro rates. So take the opportunity, get your clients down. I'm sure we all have clients that, you know, you've tried to sell to a Hyatt, or maybe they go to one of our competitor brands and are looking for something different this time. This is a great chance to get down and try it. And I promise you, once they try a Hyatt, they will be hooked. Now, if you haven't noticed, I don't read all of the things on that slide. I like to talk about all of those things while we're looking at the photos. So here's a great aerial shot. Now, always people ask, what is the beach like here? I get asked every single time I present or I talk to agents. And you can see we're on a beautiful stretch of beach. This is right in the Puerto Morales area. So if you know that area, it can be a little bit rocky. So you can see that pier we have coming out. To the left of that pier, it is a little bit of a rockier area, but to the right of it, it is really swimmable. So we do still have some rocks in the water. I mean, the beach is beautiful, sandy. You don't have to worry about rocks, but it's really, really swimmable. So it is great, gorgeous beach area. And the best part is we don't have any seaweed right now anymore. So thankfully, now this property, if you don't, or you recognize it, but you're not sure what it was before, this was Secrets Silver Sands. So it was, of course, a property that was closed for, I think, almost a full year before COVID. And then, of course, for those couple years. So when we went in, we did a full renovation. We redid this property top to bottom. So not only do we have this beautiful beach area, but we also have 9 fantastic pools. So if your clients are beach lovers, they will love this property. Now, this is the entrance. So what you see where the greenery is in the back, that's actually where the buses come in and drop you off. And then you walk in towards this lobby. And then to the right of the screen, we would go into an air-conditioned check-in area. So I love to point that out for us Canadians. I don't know about you guys, but I travel in jeans year-round. I'm comfortable, jeans and usually a nice blouse or whatever. But it's, we're in jeans and sweaters and jackets sometimes in January, February, March. So it's nice to be able to go in, sit in the air conditioning, get checked in before we go to our rooms and get changed into our Caribbean clothing. So once you arrive here, you then go down this beautiful staircase or down a staircase to our main lobby area. That main lobby area will then open out to this gorgeous pool. And this is our active pool. So remember at the beginning, I talked about one of our pillars being entertainment and not just those evening shows. Yes, we have fantastic evening shows, but you're going to get that same quality entertainment every day out here by this main pool. So we'll have dancers, we might have DJs, we might have, different games and activities, but it's always professionals that are coming that we've hired to do different things around the pool with our guests. You can be interactive, you can participate, or if you'd rather be quiet and maybe read a book by the pool, have a nap. Maybe you've got a little one that's going to curl up and sleep on the lounge furniture. We have 8 other pools that you can go to where it's not the entertainment happening. Now the rooms, everybody always loves the very spacious, oversized rooms that you'll find here at Hyatt Ziva Riviera Cancun. This is what every single room on property looks like. And it's very big. Actually, even from this shot, you can't really tell the size of it, but it's over 600 square feet. I believe it's even actually bigger than that. But it's really, really large, big bathroom, which I think you'll see. And of course, remember, there's our bathroom with the separate shower, tub, the double vanity sink. But with this too, if you go into one of our 1-bedroom master suites, the bedroom is still going to look like this. You just have a separate living room area. And of course, at all of our properties, we have our guaranteed bedding configuration. So you'll see some photos with king beds, but all of our king bedded rooms, we also have double rooms, which they're double, but it really means that it's going to be 2 queen size beds. And if you have a king bedded room, you're going to have a pull-out sofa. So we always like to point that out because of course it's very convenient for you guys when you're selling, when you can do the guaranteed bedding configuration. You don't have to worry about requesting a king bed for your honeymooners. Just make sure you book a room with the king size bed. Now, of course, all of our properties, as I said, also include room service in all suite categories. So you don't have to worry about upgrading to a concierge or a butler suite in some cases to get that. Even our entry level rooms offer it. And there, we've looked at the bathroom, but let's just move over to one of our restaurants. Now, here at this property, we have 17 restaurants, bars, and lounges. So that's a combination of all. I think we have 10 restaurants here at this property. And it's a combination of a la carte. And then, of course, we have some very casual dining. And this, what you're looking at, is our buffet. I love to show videos of our buffets because our buffet restaurants do not look like a typical buffet. They actually have full cooking stations where the chefs are preparing the food freshly for our guests. And of course, you can see by the decor, it is certainly not a cafeteria style dining area. And then, of course, like I mentioned, very unique dining options as well. This is our French restaurant. I just love the style and decor. Of course, it's very different, but it's the style of this particular restaurant. And of course, this is our only adults-only restaurant on property. So it is a Ziva, so it is all ages. However, we do still have this option for an adults-only dining experience. And then, of course, we do all sorts of tastings and interactive. Maybe we do cooking classes, paella, different things like that. This here you're seeing is tequila tasting. So we do tequila tasting every single day. I believe it's at 6 p.m. every day. So again, just really, enhancing that food and beverage experience for our guests on property. And you'll find things like this at all of our resorts. And then what you'll also find, especially at all of our Hyatt properties, is sports bars. So you're not going to find nightclubs or discos. We have sports bars. And of course, we have all sorts of other bars and lounges as well. We'll have piano bars. Some properties will have martini bars, but all of the Hyatts will have a sports bar. And this is where the real fun is after the shows. So we'll have DJs in here. We have karaoke and dancing. And of course, if there's any special events or any special sporting events, we will highlight those here in our sports bar as well. And then for the families, and I don't know why I say that, because I am not a child and I love a water park. Actually, we're going to our very first family vacation in November, where it's the first time I'm bringing my kids to a water park on property. But every time I go to destination and one of our resorts with water parks is there, I'm always going down the water slides. I have to check them out, market research. Even if I've done them before, I'll do it over and over again. So although we didn't have the space to build a full water park here, we were able to add 4 large water slides, as you can see, and they are so much fun. And then we also have a smaller area for the little ones. So it is a fenced off area, keeping it very separate from the water slides. And this is so much fun. You can see the smaller water slide. There's those spray guns and all sorts of things for the little ones to do. And our kids club here is from age 4 to 12. So again, this is just a really great opportunity to get your guests. We've got a huge repeat clientele already here, but I always say it's a great opportunity to get your clients in and check out the Hyatt Ziva and Zilara brand, because they will love it. And particularly here, nice, close, easy transfer to the airport. And of course, based on our health and wellness, we have one of the most beautiful spas. You can see our hydrotherapy area right out of the main pool. Now, of course, all of our spas, you can choose to do your treatments in one of our gorgeous treatment rooms, or you can have it in one of the cabanas outside. You can actually even have it in the comfort of your own suite if you would prefer. And all sorts of treatments are available. Again, same thing. I get a spa treatment every time I go on property just to experience it. And I try to mix it up with different things. So now we're going to move on to what is going to be our newest property opening December 1st. And we do have a video I would like to share before I talk about it. All right. This is our Hyatt Zilara Riviera Maya, and this property is opening on December 1st. And I don't know if I have been more excited about a new resort. This property is a refurbished resort. This used to actually be Secrets Capri. So I know a lot of people loved that property, and I promise you, I was just there less than 2 weeks ago, and we are just putting the finishing touches on, but oh my goodness, it is gorgeous. Now, right here, you can see on this first photo, we actually added swim up suites. This property did not have any swim up suites when it was secrets, and the swim up suites are already selling so quickly. So they always are our first to go. But I do just want to share some renderings with you. Now, of course, when you arrive, you've got this beautiful entranceway, and what that video was going to show you is really the lush vegetation that surrounds this property. It's one of the benefits of taking over an existing resort is you have the vegetation that's already there. And this is situated right in the center of the most beautiful, lush greenery. Now, when you arrive to this beautiful lobby with this, you can see the stones, you can see the beautiful exposed brick, and it is just gorgeous. Now, of course, with the beautiful green lush vegetation outside, we've decided to bring a lot of that inside. So you walk in, you can see there the big chandelier. That's a macrame chandelier. So you're going to find a very sophisticated but bohemian feel here. Now, to me, this property, I mean, I've been in the industry for a long time, 21 years, and this is one of the most romantic resorts, I think. Now, with that being said, it's not just for couples. We have king bedded rooms, double rooms, so it's going to be great for your, milestone birthday celebrations, your group of friends that travel together every year, looking for that adults only resort. But absolutely think of your couples, think of your honeymooners, think of your, the guests that just want to unplug and unwind and relax. To me, that is what this resort really feels like. So you can see this is the entrance so up above at the top level there, that's where you come into the lobby, and then you go down these gorgeous stairs to this beautiful exit out to the pool. Now, when you arrive, and sorry, I should have probably reversed these slides and shown you this first, because this is the lobby area when you arrive. And when you arrive, you would go through those doors. They're sliding glass doors to a nice air-conditioned area. So again, you can do that check-in. And when I was just there 2 weeks ago, it's so exciting because all of the furnishing is right in the center of each room. Like most of the decor is all done. All of those starfish are hanging. The lanterns, the artwork are hanging. So we're just waiting for the final green light to unpack all the furniture, but it's all sitting there. It's like Christmas. I cannot wait. So again, once you go down those beautiful stairs that we saw, you come outside to this gorgeous pool area. Now, this property is only 291 suites, so it's nice and small, and everything is centrally located. We do have those beautiful striped umbrellas, gorgeous lounge furniture. To me, I love beautiful lounge furniture. And then, of course, we are located on a beautiful stretch of beach. That's always one of everybody's first questions is what's the beach like there? And it is very, very pretty. It's swimmable. It's gorgeous. A long stretch. So now, of course, when I was there, the property is, we've been working on it for a while, so it needs to be cleaned up, but it is beautiful, and you can walk quite a distance in both directions. Now, one thing that we have here that we don't have at any other property, and that is a beach club. So this is our beach club, or a section of it I'm a sucker for a swing bar. I love sitting at the bar on a swing. But this beach club is actually going to be open until 1 a.m. So it's going to be a really cool experience overlooking that gorgeous beach area and ocean. And here's what one of the rooms looks like. So again, you're going to have, of course, your guaranteed bedding configuration. And of course, you can see that very sophisticated, but very relaxed furnishings and lots of beautiful views from this property as well. There's another angle, and you can see those doors, the sliding doors that would close. That's where the shower is. So you would obviously enter the shower from the bathroom, and you can either leave those doors open to have views out your balcony, or you can close them for a little bit more privacy. And then the gorgeous bathrooms. I just love all of the detail, the materials used. I promise you, we do not overlook any of the details at our properties. And there's one of our double rooms, which is, of course, two queen size beds. And again, beautiful views. Now, this is our lobby bar. I'm really excited. When we were here a couple weeks ago, we were actually the first drink to ever be created in this lobby bar was for our group, and we got to drink out of the glasses for the very first time. And of course, our guests, our staff, I should say, are so excited to start welcoming our guests. So when we arrived, as soon as we turned the corner to the lobby bar, all of our staff members were all lined up cheering and waving flags, and it was really, really exciting. And I may or may not have cried, but hopefully you guys, I shouldn't say hopefully, but I'm sure you guys know Freddie teases me for crying at things very easily, but it was just so heartfelt and incredible to experience. So again, lots of great dining options here as well for our guests, unlimited, no reservations required, and definitely one of the most beautiful spas I have ever seen. So this is your entrance into the spa. We've got beautiful treatment rooms. When you go back to the hydrotherapy area, it is massive. It's all open air with all of the different pools, your hot plunge pool, cold plunge pool, the different water pressure fountains, and it's all surrounded by beautiful, lush vegetation. So I highly recommend experiencing the spa when you go there. And of course, if you have any meetings, groups, weddings, we've got all of those great facilities here as well. Oh, I duplicated the slide here. One moment, let's slide through here. Sorry about that, guys. I had a couple of the same slides on repeat. All right. So, lastly, the breaking news that I want to share with you all is a new property, and not only a new property, but a new international brand. Now, we actually announced this back on the 19th of September, but I know how busy you guys are. So, you may or may not have seen it. But we announced back on the 19th that we have partnered with IHG Hotels. So that is now our fifth international brand. So again, bringing brand awareness, great partnerships, great quality. And remember, guys, when you are booking any of these international brands, when you're booking through our Agentcash platform, which we're going to talk about in a moment, your guests can still earn their loyalty points for any of these portfolios. So really important for you guys to know that they're still able to take advantage of that while booking through you guys, our travel partners. Now, Hacienda Tres Rios is a property that is already in the Riviera Maya. So we're really excited to add this portfolio of IHG, and this will be our first Kimpton hotel. So we will take possession of this property at the end of the year, this year, Q4, I believe, of this year. And then we will actually close it, and we're going to do renovations, and we will spend an entire year renovating. So you can expect for this property to be reintroduced either Q4 of 2023 or right into 2024 in January. So again, really excited for a new brand, a new partnership, and again, just more properties for you guys to sell, more properties in the portfolio where you know you're going to have a consistent product with our Playa Resorts. Now, that's all of the new property updates for now, but stay tuned because we definitely have some more exciting news coming. Of course, you guys know that we are a publicly traded company. So I know a lot of people are going to ask, do you have new destinations? Do you have, different resorts? And there's always lots happening. We have a whole team that does that, but we oftentimes don't know about anything new until even you know, because we are public. So it's usually very, very private until it's officially announced, and then we yell it from the rooftops. Now, before we move on, I just want to, or sorry, I should say we are going to move on now from the properties and just talk a little bit about our Agentcash program, and not only the incentive side of it, but some of the great tools in there for you guys. So hopefully you are all already part of Agentcash, and if you're not, I can't see your faces, but just nod yes, and then register. So it's really, really easy. You just go into agentcashplus.com and take a few minutes to register in there. Now, for you guys, the perk, of course, is that you're going to earn points. And the easiest way to earn points is, of course, having more properties to choose from. So we are giving you more properties. We're giving you some of that mid-scale properties. So you have something for all of your guests, mid-scale to luxury. And when you log in, you just go, again, agentcashplus.com. You'll see this little tab. I just want to make sure you guys all know how easy it is to do it. You click on that. and you're going to get this form right here. That's all that you have to do is fill out this form. It literally takes 1 minute. And once you've registered, when you register, guys, it's no matter how you make the booking. So if you book through a tour operator partner, Sarev, whatever system you use, you book through Hyatt.com, Hilton.com, it doesn't matter. You pop in here, you register the booking. You can register anywhere from the time of booking until 60 days after travel is complete. So we give you a huge booking window to go ahead and register those bookings. I personally recommend that you register right at time of booking so you don't forget. And then also just remember that you do have to register each room. So you want to make sure you're getting your points for each of the rooms. If you have a reservation that has multiple rooms using the same booking number, just make sure you click on that circled where the box is circled there, indicating that it's a group booking or there's multiple rooms. Otherwise, you're going to register your first room, you're going to go to register the second one, and it's going to show a duplicate. Okay, so make sure you take that extra step. Now for you guys, like I said, every time you register a booking, you're going to earn points that you can redeem for either cash on a reloadable Visa card or free nights at one of our properties. So I wanted to put on here how many points you earn, what you need to redeem for a free night, because of course, most of our guests would rather redeem for a free night if they can. And for these brands, for Wyndham Ultra, Jewel, you get 3 points per night that you would book. Hyatt Hilton, you get 5. And for Jewel Grand, you get 6. Now, of course, you can find all of this information right on our Agentcash portal as well under our FAQ document. Now, also when you're registering your bookings, remember that this is the only way that we can track business as well. So for us to be able to recognize you for your support, to thank you, to invite you on fam trips, grand opening events, spotlight awards, it's all based on registered bookings. If you do groups, of course, we know if you have a large group, going in and having to register each and every room can be very time consuming. So we can take care of that for you by emailing your rooming list to agentcash@playaresorts.com. You can register up to 50 rooms. So again, it's really, really easy to earn your points to come and stay with us. Now, groups. Now, we want to make sure that all of our properties have incredible groups teams in destination to take care of your groups, whether it's weddings. You guys know there's lots of family reunions, lots of those birthday celebrations. I've even seen a lot of honeymoon groups, right? You've got families that have kids. Maybe it's a second marriage or they got married after they had the kids and now the kids are coming. So why not invite everybody? So just keep us in mind for any of your groups. We've got an incredible groups department, but of course we also work with our tour operator partners for groups as well. Now these slides here, I won't spend too much time on them because of course in Canada, most of our groups are booked through our tour operator partners. So you want to make sure that you're always reading the terms and conditions that we have with them. But with us, it is typically 6th room free depending on the time of year that you're traveling. So of course, during our peak seasons, you can go anywhere from 11th room free all the way up to 21st room free. Now, here that you see on your screen right now is just an overview of the agent portal when you log in. So I want to show you all of these great tabs. We're not going to go through each and every one, but I want to make sure you know that they're there and there's so many great resources in here. So we already looked at Agentcash and how to register your booking. Our sales tools tab. A lot of you have seen some questions asking how can we get these videos? Of course, like I said, these videos are going to be sent out in a link, but we have a lot more videos for different properties in our portfolio. We have hundreds of high resolution photos that you can share as well. You can use those for your social media. You can use them however you'd like. So under sales tools, you're going to see a tab that says media library. Just click on that and there's a spot where you can, it'll say get started. You create a login and password. It usually takes about 24 hours for you to gain access, and then you have full access to that. Also under sales tools, you'll find our property fact sheets. You will also find our travel agent reference guide. I don't know if you guys remember that big thick book that we used to give out at all of our trade events that had all of the information. Now, of course, we don't have them in person anymore, but we have them virtually because they're really a fantastic tool. So many questions that we get, not that we don't want to help you guys. Send us your questions if you have questions, but sometimes, if you want your questions answered immediately, you can simply log in here and check one of the fact sheets or the reference guide and the answer might be there for you. Our learning centers where you can do your certification courses on all of our different brands and become Playa certified. Our offers tab, that's where you're going to find all of our consumer offers, any promotions we have going in place, and then any travel agent rates. That's one of the questions we always get asked a lot about. You'll find that under the travel agent, under the travel agent section under that offers tab. You can actually book it right in there as well. And I believe right now we have bookings available up until the end of April for travel agent rates. Resorts is just going to give you a link to bring you through to the individual property pages if you want more information. And then, of course, our groups and wedding tab will have everything you need to know about weddings at Playa, your wedding packages, our wedding calendar, everything is in there for you. Oh, there we go. Our agent rates, I already mentioned that. And then before we wrap up, I just want to remind you of our direct booking engine. Now, of course, we have incredible partnerships with our tour operator partners, and we value that business. So certainly not trying to take anything away from that, but we do want to make sure you're aware that we do have this option as well. Now, for Canadians, we also have, of course, a lot of our clients want to book the package. It's easy for us in Canada. You go in through however you book, you get your air, your hotel, your transfers all together, one big pretty package. And of course, Canadians travel typically, your 7-day duration, 10-day, 2 weeks. So it's a little bit less common for us to book direct. But of course, we know right now there are a lot of guests that are booking hotel only because they have air credits, they have companion vouchers, they have points they want to use. So it is a great option for those guests. Now, is it in Canadian funds? No, it's in US dollars. If we were to get enough Canadian business coming through this portal, then perhaps we could change it to offer that. But right now, we really just don't get enough. Definitely more than we've ever gotten before. And a lot of that is because of the flexibility of booking direct. When you book your clients direct on the agent platform, one, your bookings are automatically registered. So you don't have to take that extra step that we talked about. It automatically does it for you. Two, when you make a booking, there's no deposit required at time of booking. So personally, I would recommend getting them to put a deposit down just to have a little bit of skin in the game, but it's not necessary. You can book with 0 deposit down, and final payment is not done until typically 30 days prior to departure. And then even that, you can typically cancel 14 days prior to departure without penalty. And I say typical on those two items because, of course, if you're traveling over Christmas season or President's Week in February, any of those peak travel periods, you'll want to make sure you look at the terms and conditions because they might change a little bit. I think final payment is usually 45 days prior and cancellation is 30 days or something like that. So take a look at that. Also, it's always last minute room availability. So that's a really important, even if you're not booking direct, but you want to actually see what rooms we truly have available. This is a really, really great way to do that. So we don't do allotted space with our tour operator partners. We allow them to book any and all room categories, but of course they won't always load all room categories. They might pick the top 5 categories that they sell the most of. And it doesn't mean they can't request room categories, but it can sometimes take a couple days to get that request back. So if your clients just want to go ahead and book and lock it in because you see it available on the platform, then you can go ahead and do that as well. So just wanted to make sure you know that. Now, commission on a direct booking is minimum 12% commission, and that can go up depending on the account that you're with. And you can earn commission on the airport transfer. So you can book hotel and transfers together at the same time, and your commission is 10% on transfers. Now, I think I jumped ahead here. It's just our final slide. So that's the Canadian team. Of course, I am Amanda Morris based in Ontario, now the Director of Sales for Canada, but I am still covering Ontario. And then we have Freddie on the West and Christian on the East Coast. Now we are going to open it up to some Q&A. I do see really quickly, I know you're going to come on with me, but I saw, Susan, you said I booked Windgate by Wyndham. Is that on Playa? So no. At the beginning of the presentation, I mentioned that the Wyndham portfolio, for you guys to make it really, really easy, it's only the Wyndham Ultra. So whenever you see Wyndham Ultra, that will indicate that it's a Playa property. You will not see a Wyndham Ultra property with anybody else. It's exclusively Playa's portfolio. So we'll see here. I don't know. I don't see any other questions, but maybe we can wait a minute and see if any other questions come in. So feel free, guys, jot them down. We're keeping our eye on the questions if they come in. But if not, and if anybody needs to hop off, I just want to thank you so much. I think you'll do a wrap up, but I just want to thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, thank you, Amanda. And yeah, if anyone does have any final questions, feel free to ask them. And if we can't get to them, we will email you directly and make sure we get to them immediately after. So, but yeah, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Amanda. Wonderful. It looks like we do have a question here, Amanda, actually from Wendy.
Yep.
Is the Cap Cana Sanctuary Resort closed right now?
Yes, it is. Actually, unfortunately, when Hurricane Fiona paid a visit to the Dominican Republic, she was very angry. And all of our properties in the Dominican Republic are currently closed. So our Hyatt Ziva Zilara Cap Cana, our sanctuary, and actually our Hilton La Romana is also closed. So with that being said, we did send an email out to everybody indicating that. You can also find the updates on our portal, but I will let you know if you want to write this down, I'll very quickly just let you know the reopening dates. Hilton La Romana Family will reopen November 1st. Hilton La Romana Adult Resort will open November 20th. Hyatt Zilara Cap Cana will reopen November 15th. Ziva Cap Cana will reopen December 6th. And then unfortunately, Sanctuary Cap Cana will not reopen until January 20th. So with that being said, I've had a lot of people asking about this, especially with some in-person events. I just want to make it really clear to you guys that we really value our guests and the amount of money that they're spending to come and stay with us. So we will take the time that's needed to ensure that not only the properties are safe, but that the properties are in the condition that they need to be for our guests to come and enjoy the resort. They pay a lot of money to come and stay with us, particularly those properties. So we're not going to, take any shortcuts to try to open quickly or to not close at all. We want to ensure that, our properties are at the caliber that they were previously. So it might be a little bit longer than some of our friends or neighbors, but again, we want to make sure that your guests have the best experience when they come to stay with us.
Thanks, Amanda. Well, I don't think there's any more questions. So thank you again, everyone, for being here. Big thank you to Amanda for this great presentation. Thanks so much. Before we go, a reminder to subscribe to Baxter Media's publications if you haven't already. There's a link at the top of your chat you'll see in blue there. You can subscribe using that link. Also, quick shout out to our LinkedIn page. If you do want to follow us on LinkedIn, that's a great way to figure out what we're doing as Baxter Media and to see what upcoming webinars are coming. So feel free to follow us there. And once again, we'll be sending the webinar link to each of you, along with the links to the videos and anything else Amanda would like to share with you, we can share in that email. So thanks again for being here, everybody. We're going to close it off. So have a great rest of your day and enjoy.
Thank you. Bye, guys.